So this particular muzzle device is kind of like an A2. This one's titanium. It is a timed muzzle device. So we're going to time it with using a crush washer. Typically you'll put maybe a little bit of oil when you're using a crush washer. Maybe some more here. Now your typical crush washer should give you about a turn to maybe a turn and a half, but you never want to fight them. If they're really difficult, you don't want to try to torque them when they're really difficult, because it could damage either your muzzle device or your barrel. So I like to use paper, just so I don't make a mark on the muzzle device. So pretty simple, straightforward. This one's going to be pretty perfect because I just need to go to where the center port is top dead center, like a traditional A2. That looks pretty close. So the way I check to make for sure is I'll hold it maybe a little bit further. On these particular ones, I'll hold it, see if I can do it. I'll look down the side of the rail and try to match it to the wrench flats. Or I'll just look down the rail and try to center the actual slots on the A2. Anyway, just to get it perfectly aligned. Or you can look at it this way too. And that's it. That's the muzzle device installed. So the last thing we're going to do is the charging handle and the bolt carrier group. So here we go with the charging handle. Take your preferred gun lube. I like to put some on the sides here. Maybe a little bit on the bottom. These little wings on the side of the charging handle, there's a slot that corresponds into that. You insert about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Find that slot, press it down, make sure it moves freely. I also like to put a little bit right here and some on the sides. Then we'll put our BCG together. The way I remember it is the first thing you want to do is make sure that your rings aren't lined up with their gaps all lined up, make sure they're staggered. And then the extractor I have facing me. Cam pin. Pull the bolt back, turn the cam pin sideways, take your firing pin, make sure it's all the way down, and then the retaining pin. Then I like to make sure that firing pin, there's no problem going through like that. And then the lube points are pretty simple on this one. I like to put a drop in each of those. And then just along these, I call them rails, the parts, the section that actually touches the upper. Then a little bit right here for the hammer. And your charging handle needs to be about halfway out. Bolt needs to be all the way out. And just slide it in. Work it back and forth. I like to physically run the bolt like that just a few times. And that's essentially it. That's a complete upper. So thanks for watching. This has been a tutorial again on how we assemble our upper receivers. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to get a hold of us. And hopefully we'll see you in the future.